Ellie, as you probably all know, yeah, there you go, Ellie. Thank you, Noreen. I seriously failed at my task there. Um, so Ellie was a former pediatric oncology nurse, so she's amazing. And she's a shampoo wheeler and dealer, which we all know she's amazing. She sells her Monat products, and now she's starting her new business as a coach for doing videos. So I am proud to introduce Ellie today. Take
Thank
it away,
you.
lady.
Thank you so much. And thank you, Noreen, for the reminder. So we are recording. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here and start my presentation. And I apologize. I just love to hear from everybody. So I will leave some time for questions at the end, but I'm going to set a timer just so I don't go over time. So can everybody see my screen first and foremost? Okay, awesome. So I'm going to dive right in. So this is really what I like to tell people in terms of the importance of doing videos. What's your favorite TV show? So you can feel free to write in the chat or, even just think about it in your head, but really let me know or think to yourself, do you feel like you know the characters? So the power of video to me is that I really feel like I get to know the characters of my favorite TV shows, so much so that I get sad when the show ends because I miss them and I want to find out, well, what's going on in their lives. Video just has a really powerful way to cross that barrier of helping you feel like you get to know somebody. And you can also even think about this group, for example. I know we all started out, many of us started out as strangers. And even just through the simple act of seeing each other week to week, even if we hadn't done one-to-ones, you feel like you get to know people. You feel like you come to these meetings and you get to know them. So live videos are really how I've built my brand. I have a couple of informational statistics from the Digital Marketing Institute. So 100 million internet users watch online video every day. Facebook Live videos are watched at a rate of 3 times longer than videos that are pre-recorded. I know someone had a question about that. It doesn't matter how many people are on live, Facebook will still show it to more people than a pre-recorded one. I'm not really sure why they do it, but it's just something that they do. There's fewer people going live than there are people posting pre-recorded videos. So it really does have a very powerful hold on the algorithm that people are way more likely to see your live video, even if it's on the replay. And people are much more likely to see your other posts when you use videos. And I love what Patty shared about her Instagram growth. It really can help you grow a social media platform. So by the end of 2020, which has already happened, live streaming is expected to account for 82%. It's huge. Has an emotional engagement rate of 25% with viewers. So basically what this means is what I said. It's emotionally compelling. You feel like you get to know somebody through the process of going live. So why should you do live videos? So when I first started this journey of going into sales, I was a pediatric oncology nurse and all of a sudden I was selling shampoo. What the heck? How was I supposed to do that? I didn't even think I liked shampoo, right? So I'm going, okay, what do I do? My mentor said, okay, you have this goal, go live twice a day for 5 days. And in my head, I'm like, what? Who the heck does this guy think he is? I have 2 young kids. My kids were like 2 and 3 at the time. I'm super busy. I don't know what to talk about, but I took his advice and I just went for it because I had a big goal. And something that's really important that I will like to remind people is that I was bound and determined. I had to make my business work. I didn't want to go back to work as a nurse. So I made it work. But even though I was uncomfortable, I made a lot of mistakes along the way that probably cost me business. So I like to help people avoid those mistakes because, yes, live videos matter. Live videos are important. You really don't have to worry about but there are some mistakes that you can make along the way that could cost you business potentially. So I like to really help people learn what not to do and then learn why to do it and then learn how to do it. So the question really becomes, do you want to grow your business? So before you begin, you must decide to be consistent. This business principle applies to anything. It applies to networking. It applies to marketing. It applies to really anything we do, right? You have to be consistent with it. It will be especially applicable here because you won't necessarily like it at first. It's out of your comfort zone. You might not have so much fun. You might not go live. You might, be like Suzanne and go live and then go, oh my gosh, I hated it. I did this weird lip smacking thing. I like swallowed obsessively. I would like blink. I mean, I was like, oh, I hated it. And then my husband, to make it worse, would point out every weird thing that I did. He would say, I saw your live video. It's so weird. Why do you talk like that? Why do you smack your lips? I'm like, oh my gosh. But you know what? Bless his heart, as they say in the South, he actually helped me because I grew from there. And I'm like, you know what? It's fine. I can do this. And then I learned. So I want to do live videos, but I'm not confident. Okay. So of course you're not. How could you be? We become confident and competent through consistency. Okay. So moms, were you confident when you began to care for your baby? I wasn't. I was scared to death. I was sure I would kill this child, and I had been a nanny for years. First day on a new job. For me, it took years as a nurse. And then even as a nurse, occasionally there would be a skill. I remember like 9 years into my career, I had to put a Foley into a 1-year-old. I had not ever done that. And I was like, what the heck? I was nervous. But you know what? You will become confident fast. You will really become confident fast. You'll start to do it. And the more you do it, the more confident you will become. So I like to really just coach my clients that you're not going to wake up one day, have this magical day where you're confident. It's going to be a process, just like anything, driving, whatever it is, anything in your career, I'm sure, at least I hope, the first time it's like, oh my gosh, I don't really know how to do this, but then you grow and you learn. Okay, you guys, Facebook and Instagram are free platforms. You guys, it's so important to realize this. You don't have to pay for an ad. You don't have to, it's not even like, it's so simple. And I like to just really like kind of let people know this, that if you are missing out on this because of whatever reason, like don't worry about the don't worry. But if you're missing out on this free platform, it's really leaving a lot of money on the table, I think. Or really, I know all of our hearts, we really want to make an impact in this world. Then it's really kind of leaving a lot of people without knowing that we can help them. They're so powerful for building up that know, like, and trust. They really help differentiate you. I think I have some speaker notes here. Let me see. Hold on. No, I think, oh yeah, okay. I did want to just briefly mention, I am a certified nurse health and wellness coach through the American Holistic Nurses Association. My degree to that and like coursework was about $10,000 total. And then I hired some business coaches to help me build my business for an additional $7,000. So $17,000 that I spent just to compare something like my coaching certification versus this kind of marketing that you can do for free. All right. So number 2, hold on. Let me see if I can pull this up. Okay. What on earth do I talk about? Okay. Oops. Hold on one second. There we go. So number 1 mistake, I will talk when I have something to say. This is my thing that I love, the fact that I had to do a trial by fire and go live every day for twice a day for 5 days is because I had to commit. I had to figure out what I was going to talk about because I was going to have to go live. So commit first and the content will come. If you know I'm going live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, you will come up with something to talk about, right? You will. You'll have that slot. And it's like saying, oh, I want to work out, but like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to work out. Well, of course, like, you're going to have to come up with a workout, but it's not like the workout will like be elusive to you and you're the one person that's not going to be able to figure out, what to do. It's just that it's going to take a little bit of time. All right. So here, write these down, Beth. These are your golden acronyms. I love acronyms. Okay, I can't see anybody or the chat. So just give me a thumbs up if you can still hear me. Okay, good. Thanks. I can see the chat going off, but I can't see anybody's faces. So LOL is learn out loud. Okay. We are all learning. I know many of you personally, and we know a lot. Even if you don't think you know a lot, you know a lot. Alexis knows a lot about home restoration. Lexi knows a ton about benefits. Wilma knows a ton about different accident situations and how to be protected. Coaching, if you're coaches, if you're in an MLM, you're learning stuff all the time. You're taking courses, you're reading books, you're listening to podcasts. I hope you are. You're leading courses. So you are learning, and you can learn learn out loud. There's no rule that says because you're learning something from someone else, you can't tell anybody else that you're learning it and tell them that you're learning about it. It's like something that you should do. So if you're reading a book by my friend John Maxwell, if you're reading a book by Brene Brown, if you listen to a podcast that was awesome, share that. You can learn out loud. It's so great. If you attended a conference or if you attended a training, learning out loud will be the best way that you can never run out of content. So always be thinking. And I'm not telling you to say, oh, I invented this concept when it was actually somebody else. Don't say, oh, wow, I'm discovering the secret of the gift of vulnerability. No, that's Brene Brown, but you can still be learning while you're sharing it. And say, I'm reading this book by Brene Brown. Okay, so same thing, invest, learn, teach. So learning out loud and invest, learn, teach, same principle. You're going to invest in learning for yourself, always be learning, learn the content, and then teach it too. And this applies to also, I know there's some of us that, you're, a ways along in your career, you really have this information on stuff. It's not like you're necessarily learning it as you go. You can teach that. There's content that you've developed over the years that is your content. There are things that you have come up with. And that's why I started doing this course. I'm like, I can teach this course. There are things that, I learned, I took courses, I learned from others, I had experience, I taught others. And I'm like, you know what? I've invested my time in this. I've invested my money in this. I've learned it, and now I can teach it. And so that's another acronym to never run out of content. All right. How do I get people to watch it? So, first of all, you must have a title. This is so important. And I really dive into this on my course of how to have a compelling title. Have a lot of good tips for this, but you must have a title. It really helps people to know what they're watching. And I made the mistake whenever I used to go live, it was always about like I was trying to sell shampoo. I'd be like, hey, different shampoo fact. Well, people stop watching because not every single person is interested in shampoo facts every day. So, I mean, believe it or not. So I started to think, okay, what else can I talk about? And then have a title on there though, because what I found is if I didn't do a title, people will pop on, but then they wouldn't really be sure what I was talking about, if it applied to them, they didn't know. So having that compelling title really is everything. Now go by your views, not by comments, because people are like, oh my gosh, and like nobody commented on it. I'm like, it doesn't matter. I can't tell you how many times somebody that I have no idea who they are, I didn't know they're watching me, will be like, hey, I saw your live video. I want info, right? Or hey, tell me how I can join your business, whatever. I'm like, who are you? I didn't know you're watching me. Okay, awesome. But that will happen. So go by your views, not by your comments. And a lot of times people, I will tell you this, if you're so busy really building your business and taking action, you are not going to have time to go through and nitpick, oh my gosh, my viewers went down by 5 or my viewers went up by 8 or whatever. Just be consistent with it and it will grow. All right. Yay, I did it in time. Okay. I'm going to stop my share real quick. And thank you. I'm going to put this up as a presentation. So let me stop the share here real quick. And then I'm going to, yes. Oh my gosh, Julie, I love this idea. Okay. I'm going to end the recording if I can figure out how. Okay, there we go. That way I can put it on. All right. And I think I